Hey guys, March 27th of 2024 market recap. So without any further delay, let's get into it. As you can see, uranium prices are hovering around 88.90. We got this nice little pullback from 106-ish and found support somewhere around like that. I think it's that 82, whatever, 85. And I got this little pop. But let's see if it's going to retest this and maybe fail or find support and trend higher. Looking at our coal, we had 113. We did a dip low around 93.80. The 52-week low was 91 and got this nice little pop. We're hovering around, you could probably say, maybe 113, actually, right here. And the 52-week high is 150, so somewhere around this ballpark in this area right here. So I want to see if coal could get out of this rut and maybe push higher for higher prices. Let's look at our indices. You can see that the market's just grinding sideways to higher. Nothing stalling it out. I'm just waiting for a bear kicker candle on the weekly, and then maybe a retest and a fail new high to go short. But I'm not trusting this move. It's just, it's just grinding sideways to higher. So if you're long, kudos, you're making money. I'm not, but I'm watching. So when it turns, I'm going to pounce and go on the downside. So I'm looking for something like that. I'm looking for a pattern like that. I'm looking for two, if anything. The Russell shows like it's always a two pattern of weekly down, and then it just continues going down. You see the Nikkei just kind of goes sideways. But anyway, each market has its own patterns and, DNA and characteristics. You can see this one, bear kicker, and then it sold off for a couple of months. DAX is pretty strong, and the VIX is at 14, so that's good. Looking at, let's see. Let's open this up a little more. Not too much. Crude oil, so far, just chop. It looks like it was a breakout last week, and now it's inside a weekly candle. Same thing with crude oil Brent. RBOB is kind of moving. There's like a lot of bull kicker candles right here. Look at that one. Look at that one for the week. And then it retraces, and then another leg higher. So RBOB is the one that's trending. Heating oil is just stuck in a range. Nothing there. Maybe if you put I always hate when that happens. Let's see. If you put learning this thing here, put a trend line, you can see that it's having a tough time breaking through there. And maybe a trend line here if you wanted to, but it's too far. Natural gas. The thing with natural gas is that there's a lot of cycles that are doing this, but we have to wait and see for volume one to kick in, and two, make higher highs and higher lows, and at least take out that $2. But then you look at fundamentals. We're very full of supply of natural gas. The winter was very weak, and that was typically our catalyst. And seasonality, it gets strong into April. So what's going to cause it to get strong and get a bounce? I don't know. We'll see. But so far, that's what my indicators are showing, a turning point. And if it doesn't happen, then it may push lower, take out 152 and test the 144, the June 25th, 2020 or 20, somewhere around there, low. Ethanol just kind of grinding sideways to lower. And let's look at bonds. I'm thinking about maybe starting to trade the 10-year note, so we'll see. Because people ask me, you don't look at bonds, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start dipping my toes at bonds, but I'm gonna focus just on a 10-year. And you can see that we got this pop, and it's just kind of sideways in a rut. So I'm not really interested unless we break that high or take out this low. But once it's in this range, unless I'm scalping it, watching it every day, I could make something. I could probably get chopped out too. But if we're going to trend, I like it to at least take out these levels to get bigger picture targets, which would be these highs here or these lows down here. Softs, cocoa, king of the softs. Not really soft. It's hard. You can see that it's pushing higher, kind of stalling here a little bit, but I wouldn't short it. If you're in it, kudos to you. But eventually know that it's going to eventually turn and reverse to the means. So just keep cautious. Just keep raising your stop. You're making money. Kudos. Cotton getting a little weak now. Looks like a lot of dojis pushing selling pressure. So I see support here. So if you're short, watch out for that 90 because that's a lot of support right there. Orange juice, just chop. Nothing there. Coffee, chop. Nothing there. Lumber, kind of making higher highs and higher lows. Let's look at the monthly. A lot of selling pressure right there. So I don't know. You can see coffee, chop. Cotton got a little breakout. Now it's pulling back. And sugar was grinding sideways to higher. And then got this pullback. So you got a bunch of inside candles on the monthly. So not really going anywhere there. Let's go to the metals real quick. And gold, not doing bad. Not doing bad. You got this big selling doji right here, and then it just popped right back up. So you got to watch the dollar. Silver, just chop. You want to look at silver really good. Just look at the month. Chop, chop. Nothing there for me. I don't want to be in there unless you're scalping or using algos to go back and forth. Yeah, you're making money, but I sometimes don't have time for that. So chop, chop, chop. Gold is probably the best one. Platinum, not looking too good. Looks like you could put a trend line down. If I could get a trend line, yep. And it's making lower highs. There hasn't been a lower low, but it's just kind of holding there. Copper, head fake. Let's look at the weekly. Fin whiz. Head fake, push back, a bull trap, push back in. I want to see if it penetrates all the way to I don't know, this area right here. If it could penetrate back in here, this is just all noise. Pull back. That's why you gotta be careful with the breakouts. I've been trapped with breakouts, thinking it's gonna go, and then they get you right back in. So be careful with the breakouts. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. The best thing is probably to wait for the breakout and for a continuation. But if it pulls back and then it wants to do another leg higher, at least you could get in here instead of, following this and then they pull the carpet, right under you. Silver, we already know it's chop, chop. Platinum, you can see that it got this nice little bounce. Now it's pulling back. It's hovering around the 50%, which is that 98-ish around there. If that doesn't hold, it's probably going to test a 52. And then I want to see what's going to happen there. Is it a fail new low, then bounce and move? I know weekly cycles are pointing or turning around here and pointing up. So if it's one of these things where it's the second wave going into a third wave, I want to see it take out that high right here. Then maybe things could start looking, and then there's more conviction for this move to go higher. But so far we retrace, so let's see if it wants to test 852, and if that 98-ish holds, which that's the 50% level. Meats, I'm interested now in live cattle. I thought, there's a gap down, and look at this week's candle. So I think now any pops are shorts. So I'm watching live cattle. I'll be trading that soon or this week. Well, maybe not this week. It's going to be slow. For next week, I'm going to be, I have live cattle on my radar to start trading to the short side. Got a fail new high. So the bulls were like, nope, we're not taking that. And the bears came in and was like, nope, you're not going any higher. And the same thing with feeder cattle. Feeder cattle is probably better because you probably still have more momentum to the downside. You went really deep here, and I got to see if there's a 50% level here, so I got to be careful. The feeder cattle is probably the best one. League hog, I don't know if there's any correlation, if they all follow each other, because if it's going to turn, this is the last one to turn, so maybe I might watch this one also to the short side. Grains, just sideways. put a low here, popped, and kind of going sideways. Maybe wants to test that low again. And you can see bull kicker here, and just kind of chop on the weekly. Love the weekly. The weekly just gives me a big picture, and the monthly just does it even better. You can just tell that it's just inside month, nothing really there. Inside month, oats, just chop. You can just see these last couple of months here, no range, no higher, no low. Rough rice, looks like it wanted to break out, failed, back in this range. So it's just chop fest right here. Unless you like chop suey, that's your market right here. And soybeans, couldn't hold this low right here, pulled back, and I was trying to retest and regain this level of 1195. So we'll see. On the weekly, you could kind of tell it, you can see it better. It's just kind of sideways for a couple of weeks, sideways. Rough rice selling even better. Oats, just the super, super duper chop suey right here. Can't even beat that. And currencies, let's look at the dollar. So the dollar, still, let's look at the monthly. Still choppy. The range is actually 105 all the way to 100. Hasn't decided. Has been going in chop suey mode for the whole year of 2024. You could call this year Chop Fest. Nothing there. Unless we take out this 10, whatever, maybe 106, 100. But it's the king of the chop suey seafood fest right here. And you can see everybody else. Euro, you can see it with the pound, CAD, Swiss, Aussie, New Zealand, and it's just all because of the dollar. Once we take out that high, now I'm going to be interested. So looking at this and then looking at the metals, you can see that gold is just like, I don't care what the dollar does. I am going higher. And that's interesting. However, look at silver. I like my chop suey, my pork chops with my pork. So that's it pretty much in a nutshell. I'm going to sign out. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on Market Recap.